I don't know how I'm doing, but I know that isolating myself wasn't helping. Best way to help anyone going through something is to do nothing different. Yeah, my best friend from middle school came over, the day that my mom was in the process of dying. So we hung out a little bit, and it was rough because, you know, nobody tells you how graphic it is watching somebody die. There's a lot of obvious pain involved. My mom was, she was just screaming a lot, and she wouldn't stop, and we had to wait a couple of hours for the hospice nurse to finally come and give her, like, really good morphine. So, thankfully, Sydney took me out of the house for like an hour, and we just like hung out, and that was really helpful because it was rough hearing her being in so much pain. So I let my dad and my brother kind of just chill with her because, you know, I'd been there for 7 months trying to handle everything alone. So it was nice to get at least a little break during the brunt of that. Yeah, death sucks. I strongly recommend that you guys go hug your parents. You don't realize how permanent death is until it happens to somebody that you really loved. The US healthcare system failed her, like, I don't know. Because I think back to when she needed to have her biopsy, and it took them like 4 weeks and they still didn't send the fucking referral over to the hospital. So I went to the doctor's office and I crashed out and I started cussing people out. And then they dropped me and my mom, or they dropped my mom as a patient because of that. And I'm like wondering, oh, if I had just played nice and sucked up to these people, maybe my mom would still be here because it wouldn't have taken maybe 2 months for her to switch her insurance. So I think that's my fault. But at the same time, it shouldn't have taken fucking 4 weeks to do a biopsy referral. That's like an inhumane amount of time for somebody with cancer. This whole thing started because her oncologist decided that he wanted to just take my mom off of her immunotherapy medication that was working for 8 years because he wanted her to get on chemotherapy, because doctors get a huge kickback if they get their patients on chemotherapy. And we were like, we weren't opposed to chemotherapy, but we were like, why would we do chemotherapy if what she's already taking is already working? But so my mom refused, and the idiot oncologist took that as, okay, you're refusing treatment, so no more medication for you. So he stopped giving her medication altogether, and that's what happened. That's how it started metastasizing into her kidneys and the rest of her body. Medical care requires a level of intimacy that is not accounted for in the current model that we have for healthcare, because the way it incentivizes people too much to be shisty. Like there's too much of a temptation to just, oh well, this doctor in this hospital is charging their patients like $1 billion for a CAT scan, and they're getting away with it. So what if I also did that? And that's why getting something as stupid as like an X-ray or a CAT scan is just ridiculously expensive. Jesus Christ, the subs are so much. Jesus Christ. Thank you, Sephiroth420. You have the most millennial name I've seen in a long time. Thank you. Do you have any business emails? I'm a therapist, and the advices that I keep hearing you read are absolutely triggering me. Yeah, there's somewhere if you click on my YouTube channel, you should be able to find my email address so you can send me mail. Nurses are too busy making TikToks and leasing Jeeps. Oh shit. Leasing Jeeps and open mouth kissing pit bulls and being whores to provide proper service in today's world. Yeah, you really nailed it. You really nailed it with the nurse stereotype. They're absolutely like pit mommies. Nurses are usually women who would have been mean girls to you in high school. That's the exact kind of person a woman is, a nurse is traditionally. And the first favorite band would be, hold on, I gotta turn off the fucking channel points. It's very distracting, I'm sorry. You guys need to stop donating me money. It's nice, I really appreciate it, but you relax, you don't have to. I really appreciate it, though. Where's the alerts? Oh, damn it. There it is. Let's turn these off for a sec. But thank you. I'm gonna hear that in my sleep. Yeah, it's been kind of non-stop. Bro, my mom was friends with so many nurses and they always did meth. Jesus fucking Christ. I guess it makes sense because people in the medical field, they tend to have a very outrageous schedule. Probably a lot of night shift hours, so I can see where it probably starts with Adderall and then it turns into meth. I can see how that happens. Telling people to relax is gonna have the opposite effect. Just watch. Did you guys see that thing where Moist Critical turned off donations for his stream? And people were like mad about it and they're like, no! I need to give you money, please! Please! Turn it back on! That was kind of cute of his community. That's very nice of them. My first favorite band is Caravan Palace. My taste in music is very non sequitur. I don't even like metal, I just like System of a Down. He makes something like 200,000 a day. Oh yeah, he did like a breakdown like a couple of hours ago. He made like $45 million or something in the past 10 years. That's crazy fucking money. Good for him. He deserves it though. He's like one of the purest internet people out there, so good for him. He's not like some of these other ghetto ass streamers out here who be electrocuting they dogs and shit. So, you know, good things go to the right people sometimes. Hi, hello. My gran used to be a nurse and she took a lot of pride in her work. She's appalled by what her profession has become. I think it's the way the industry has become dependent on the way insurance works. Like I said earlier, it incentivizes greed. It incentivizes you to like keep your patients sick, because if your patients are sick, you keep getting more money, right? And if they're healthy, you know, you don't get money if your patients are feeling good and not coming to you for help. I used to buy meth from one of the top oncology doctors in LA. What? I'm sorry, what? Don't do that. Just get Adderall, dude. Just get a little bit of Adderall if you need to do that, man. I'm off to bed. Good to see you streaming again, Mika. Thank you for coming. Holy shit, why do I have 1,000 viewers today? What the fuck? What the fuck? I just checked the viewer count. What is happening? Oh fuck, I'm freaking out. What the hell? The racism allegations paid off. Oh yeah, there was a week or two there where a lot of people were just telling me I was racist and calling me a Nazi in all of my YouTube video comment sections. That was a fun week. It normally doesn't get to me because I know that kind of stuff is fucking stupid, but it was, you know, it was the week after my mom died, so that was pretty tough to deal with. They kind of got me at my lowest, so, you know, I had to be mean a little bit in retort. And thank you for all the people who insisted on donating through like super chats and shit on the video where I talk about my mom passing away. I told you guys not to, but you guys insisted, so one of the things somebody suggested to do was like get flowers for my mom for her urn every day. I think what I'll do instead is I want to start a garden, because I've got a lot of space. I've got like my own backyard despite it being an apartment. So I just have to clear a bunch of trash that the previous renters left in the back. Then I'm gonna start a whole fucking garden, and maybe I'll document that process for you guys, if you're interested in green stuff. Hey, found and subscribed your channel a few hours before your video about your mom. Hope you are doing better. I'm trying. It's rough. Hug your parents. Death is extremely permanent, and you're not gonna realize that until somebody that you love dies. It's like, you can't go back in time and fix things. It's like if you get into an argument with your parents while they're still alive, you guys can always just like stew in it for a few hours and then forgive each other and patch things up. When somebody's dead, they're dead. That's it. There's no more time. You can't say anything to them ever again. You can't ever get a response to them from them ever again. That's it. So, you know, don't take that stuff lightly. If your parents are still around, make sure you tell them every day that you appreciate them. Because one thing I wasn't anticipating was just my mom dying at all. I thought she was getting better, actually. And then a few days after my Holocaust husband video, after I released that, she just took a turn for the worst out of nowhere. And everything just very, very quickly deteriorated, and then she was gone. And it just took me by complete surprise. So, you know, you never know how much time the people around you have. You never know how much time you have. So I suggest using it wisely. I suggest being kind to the people in your life and forgiving each other quickly, because, you know, you don't have time realistically to hold grudges against people. Forgiveness takes time, sadly. Is it worth the time that it takes? Is it really worth it? Because you never know, man. Somebody you love could just get fucking obliterated by a car. That's something that actually happened to my mom when she was about my age. She got into an argument with her best friend, and then the next day, her best friend got shot in the fucking head by her jealous ex-boyfriend, and she died, and my mom never got to patch things up with her. So, you know, I would try to forgive people sooner rather than later. Especially if it's just like some petty argument or something, you should just patch that up real quick. It's not worth holding onto that resentment, because that resentment is going to turn into guilt if you lose time permanently with that person. I have to be honest, your last video was hard to watch, hit close to home. It was hard to make, but, you know, I had to do it. Because, I don't know, it got worse as time went on, the feeling. Because, like, when it first happens, you're very much in denial about it. And, you know, it just hit me so much harder in the coming days. So I thought I'd just get it out of the way and post it. Yeah, I guess I'm guessing I'm starting, it's feeling more normalized now. But also it doesn't. It feels weird to know that I'll never hear my mom's voice ever again outside of, like, from a video or something. It's really disorienting, because my mom was a very talkative person, and she loved to yap, she loved to yell, she loved to tell stories, and now I just don't have that. I wanted to make a video about her, because I wanted her to tell her story about the time she got shot by the police. I wanted her to be the one to tell that story, but she just wasn't in the mood for it. She was just very bummed out about the cancer, and she's like, I want to wait until I'm feeling a little bit better, so it'll be funny, because my mom was really fucking funny. But, you know, she never got better, unfortunately. So we didn't have a chance to film her talking, which I really wanted, because, you know, I wanted my children to know their grandmother in some capacity. But I guess I'll just have to make do with the few videos I have of her on my phone. And I know somewhere, I think in my brother's house, there's a few VHS tapes about featuring her and us when we were really little. Thank you, Fitness Stickener, for the 10 gifted subs. That's really sweet. I do have this camcorder that we got in the early 2000s that has some cassettes with it that I need to go through and see if there's stuff about her on there. She got shot, yeah. It was by a cop, because she was wrongfully accused of breaking and entering into her own house. It's a whole thing. It's a long story. It's a video that I will make eventually, when, you know, I'm feeling a little bit less raw about her dying and not being the one to tell the story herself. Eventually, I'll do that. It's a pretty crazy story. That's why my mom's death was, like, so unexpected. Because my mom, to me, for the longest time, was basically a raid boss. It was impossible to kill her. My mom has had several near-death experiences. She's been fucking kidnapped before. She's been hit by a car. She was in the lobby of the Twin Towers like 2 weeks before 9/11 happened. My mom has just had all of these brushes with death. She's like a cat with 9 lives, or like a lot of guardian angels or something. So that's why when she died, I was like, what the fuck? Are you telling me she's not fucking immortal? What the hell happened? When she was first diagnosed with cancer, they gave her 3 months to live, and then she lived for another 8 years. That's how big her health bar was. It was incredible. Short bus, I want to let you know that I have the highest sympathy for you. When my mom nearly died, I was so scared. I thank the heavens that the surgeon was able to save her from stomach cancer. I'm glad you don't have to deal with this. I don't wish this on anyone. I mean, technically it happens to all of us eventually, but you know, you never want it to happen this fucking early in your life. It's real shit. It kind of just ruins everything. Oh, one time some stupid fucking doctor prescribed her a medication that she was severely allergic to, and she went into anaphylactic shock. That was another brush of death that she had. My mom never really cried as the cancer was taking over. She teared up like maybe once or twice, but overall she wasn't afraid of dying. But you know, I'm sure she still wishes she were here. I definitely wish she were here. Or maybe she doesn't. I'm sure wherever she is now, it's a hell of a lot nicer than what we have to deal with here on Earth. Mom Kazi is based. My mom was just insane. She was just a very insane person. She just did whatever she fucking wanted. And she just refused to do anything that was considered societally, you know, the rules. Because she had problems with authority, and that's where I got it from. She just liked doing whatever the fuck she wanted. I have a lot of weird stories about her. There were 2 different occasions, because my mom lived in Hollywood during the 1980s, and 1980s Hollywood was very different than it is now, because back in the day, not everybody had like a little pocket paparazzi to just snap pictures of celebrities. So, you know, celebrities were more comfortable back then, just like hanging out in Los Angeles. My stepmom met a lot of celebrities, and my biological mom just met a lot of celebrities just by chance, because they would just like be around. My mom was also she was trying to become a model, and that didn't work out because she found out pretty quickly how sleazy people were. But during her little time mingling with Hollywood celebs in the 1980s, she had like 2 different encounters with Sylvester Stallone. The first time was like at this Hollywood party, and she was in the bathroom, and Sylvester Stallone's wife came in, and she started flirting with my mom, and I think the idea was to get my mom to do a threesome with Sylvester Stallone and his wife. She turned them down, obviously. She was not down for that. And the second time she met Sylvester Stallone was she used to work as an assistant in a medical office, and Sylvester Stallone came in to this medical office. I think it was a plastic surgeon, because he came in and he wanted like penis embiggening surgery. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. He came in because he wanted penis lengthening surgery, and that was the second time my mom met up with Sylvester Stallone. And so back to the modeling and actress thing. She was gonna pose for BET magazine, and then I think she was gonna be on one of those like 90s black sitcoms that were really popular, 80s and 90s black sitcoms, like fucking Fresh Prince and The Cosby Show and all that shit. She was gonna be on one of those, but she the only way she was going to be able to do it is a sleazy producer asked her to start sucking, told her to get on her knees and start sucking if she wanted the fucking part. But since my mom is a fucking true to herself hard bitch, she refused, and she didn't want to compromise on, you know, that. She didn't want to cheat on my dad. So she, you know, that's why she never became an actress, because, you know, she wasn't willing to compromise on her convictions just to get a fucking part in Hollywood. And, you know, she loved my dad a lot. So, my dad likes to brag about that a lot, because one of the other people that liked her was, what's his fucking face? He was a boxer. I think it was Sugar Ray Robinson or Sugar Ray Leonard or somebody like that. It was that guy. Yeah, Sugar Ray wanted my mom so fucking bad, and she was like, no. she would have rather had my dad. She was just so in love with my dad. So yeah, she did not get involved with a lot of Hollywood celebrities because, you know, I think she had already given birth to my brother at that time too. So my dad likes to brag about that a lot, that she had the chance with all of these like fucking celebrities, and she said no. I'd do worse. I'd suffer through a lot worse if it meant I could have her back. I posted it because for 7 months I couldn't leave my house because I had to be there for my mom, because my mom lost her ability to walk pretty fast. So, you know, if she needed to go to the bathroom, if she needed to eat, if she needed to bathe, I had to be there. I had to be there for every moment. So I couldn't like go hang out with friends. So now I have all of this freedom, right? I can do whatever I want. And even before my mom got sick, my mom was a helicopter parent, and, you know, even at 33, it's not that I couldn't go do things, but, you know, I would get an earful when I got home if I stayed out too late, and I just would rather not deal with that. I don't want to, like, make my mom anxious, because I love my mom. So at the end of the day, I would rather just not, you know, make her feel bad. But now I don't have that. I'm not, like, being held accountable to be anywhere. My dad isn't as much of a helicopter parent as my mom was, so I can go do whatever I want. But now I just don't fucking want to. Like, what's the fucking point of going out and enjoying myself if I don't have my mom to come home to and tell the story to, or if I can't, like, go do things with my mom? I feel like I don't deserve to go out and enjoy myself. So that's what the bird in the open cage thing was for. That's how I feel right now. For me, morning felt like a dull sort of weight over my chest, head, and felt like numbing haze of disbelief. Are you feeling anything like that, or is it different? Yeah, it just feels like something I'm going to be carrying with me for the rest of my life. I keep having dreams where I can save her. Like last night, I had a dream that I was feeding her French fries. Because essentially my mom died of starvation. I think the medicine she was on was going to work if we had more time, but by the time she got it, she was already so emaciated and she was having like trouble swallowing, and she really couldn't eat much more than like a little bite of a popsicle every day. So I had a dream I was like force feeding her French fries, and it was working, and she was like gaining a lot of weight, and we had like this arrangement, like, okay, every day you have to eat a whole bunch of French fries, and when you feel like you've eaten enough French fries, you're gonna eat one more French fry, and then that's how we're gonna get your appetite to grow, because we're gonna get your stomach to expand. So I have like really elaborate dreams like this where I have basically a correction for the mistakes that I feel like I made as somebody who was taking this all on by themselves and trying their best to get her to fucking eat. So I keep getting dreams like that. I had another dream a couple of days ago where she like came back to life, and she was just hanging around, and I was like overjoyed, but I was also panicking because I thought, oh no, the internet is gonna figure out that my mom came back to life, and they're gonna think that I faked her death for clout. And I'm like, what do I do? How do I tell the internet that my mom came back to life? This is such a crazy discovery in science. Oh no. So, yeah. I guess that's how grief has been feeling to me. I think it hits everybody differently. And I had a lot of similar dreams like that when my dog Luger died. Like I got do-over dreams where I could fix the things that happened. I think all I could ever ask for in life is a time machine, so I can just go back knowing what I know now. I wish I could isekai myself back into my own life, but like 15 years ago. And I'd do all the bullshit over too. I'd go back to fucking college, I'd slave myself through Nomen, I'd do another year at fucking Marvel. I'd do it all again if it meant I could save my mom. I'd do anything for her.